Hi guys, I know, I said I was gonna post another cooking video and I haven't, and it's been a while, and it's been a very busy summer, and I wasn't gonna film anything. However, this week is the birth week for my husband. I wanted to truly make it like a special celebration, and one of the things that I thought would be really cute was to get like small decorations and like decorate the dining area and create a whole menu for the night's dinner. And so I have made the menu. I wanted to print it out, so I'm going to do that either today or tomorrow. And also I'm going to bake a cake, a vegan chocolate cake. I know that was one of the recipes I wanted to do on here, so I will show the whole process in the video. I wanted to make a DIY sew it, and I shouldn't say DIY because sewing can be very technical and very difficult for some people, but I'm going to see if I want to try to sew one. I'll show you a picture like somewhere on the screen of an idea that I saw, as well as like fabric garlands, because I hate the idea of using something and then just throwing it out, and the plastic waste and all of those other things. So if I can make one myself, I can reuse the decorations as long as I like, and I think it'll be a fun project. I think it'll be great. So right now I'm going to run to Michael's. I did go to the Dollar Tree earlier today. I got a few things, but I feel like they're not enough. The decoration is just gonna look very, very scanty. I don't know. They haven't been put up yet. His birthday is not till a couple of days, so I still have time. And so, yeah, I'm gonna go to the store. I don't know if I'll take you along with me because I still have the fear of filming outside. So, yeah, let's go prepare for Kev's birthday. I'll see you in the rest of the video. Bye. Trying to be quiet because it took me like 2 hours in Hobby Lobby, because when I was on the phone with my friend and I needed like her advice on what to get, and right after it was too late to come back home, so I had to pick my husband up. So he's out in the living room, and I want to show you what I got in case I start working on them now. I want to show you before everything is like all cut up. So I got 2 types of felt to cut the lettering out on, and I'm thinking of like hand stitching a blanket stitch around each letter, and I will hang that on the, I don't know what they're called, I'll insert it here because like it's not banner, it's a type of banner, a string banner. I will hang that. And so the idea is each letter will be able to be removed from each triangle of the banner, so they're interchangeable. And so I got that, and I'm going to work with the fabric that I already have at home rather than going out and buying new fabric, because fabric was not on sale this week. So when something is not on sale, you try to limit the amount you bought, and I already paid for this The only thing that saved me is I got half of a yard, which made each piece 3.50. For the, I don't know if they're called garlands or whatever those things that you hang, and I got I got 4, I can't count. I got 4 different like colors, and I like that they have like different textures, and this one has a different pattern. So I'll cut those and interloop them together, and I'll show you the process of that. So this is separate from the banner, so I'm gonna do that. And I found more balloons to add as decoration, because you can never have enough balloons because they might pop, I don't know. So I got that, and a little bit of bias tape so I can use it to create the string that attaches each triangle together to create the, lost for words, I literally just said it, the banner. Yes, so those are the things that I got. Let me see, get started on the homemade decorations for the party. And yes, my husband knows that I'm making a cake, and yes, my husband knows that we're eating at home, but he doesn't know that it's going to be like a very personal, intimate type of birthday. So I think that's where the surprise is going to come in, and he's not expecting half. He's not expecting really much. So yes, see you tomorrow. So I dropped Kevin off. Well, Kevin basically dropped himself off. I was just in the car at work, and now I got to go to the supermarket, get some more stuff, because I don't have everything I want for the meal, and I don't feel like being on the road tomorrow because I'm just tired. And so I'm gonna go to Hmart to get kalbi sauce. I'm gonna get that. Oh my goodness, I just some geese were flying by and they were so loud. Anyways, so I'm gonna get the sauce, what else I can knock out for the day. So let's go to Hmart. I still find it so awkward to film in public, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to do my best and do stuff outside of my house. So yes, we're heading into the store, and let's see what we'll get. So I ended up having to leave Hmart with just the sauce, because I don't know meat. And so I was showing my husband like what I was gonna get, and he's like, no, don't get that. And so I just got the kalbi marinade. So I'm gonna just wait till he gets home and we can go together, because I don't want to waste money buying something that he has no need for, or he won't enjoy. So it's better to get his opinion. But since I was out here, I got myself a taro milk tea with oat milk, so at least it wasn't a purposeless drive. update. Just got home. I have a little bit of cleaning to do, stuff to pack away, and especially the kitchen before I even get into doing anything. I think the plan now, since I don't have the meat to marinate, well, I do have some meat that I can marinate now, but it needs to be thawed. So I need to do that. I need to also prep for the baking and start working on I'm gonna call them garlands for now. This is a new name for them. I don't know if that's what they really are. And yeah, also update. I know I've been making stuff without letting anybody know, and one of the things I made was this apron. I'm gonna step back so you can see it. It is a small waist apron. I like it very much. I like the pattern. They are hens and chicks and apples. It's perfect for the season that's coming up, fall. And if you hear scratching in the background, that is my pet. She's usually very quiet, but since I decided to film next to her, she's doing her little renovations like she always does. Anyways, so I worked on this, and I also made a curtain. I will insert it here. It was very cute, very quick, very easy. So, and also this took me less than 2 hours to make. It's very quick, and so was the curtain, very simple to make. So if you want an actual tutorial for that, either I link an easy video down in the bottom, or if you want to see me make something like this, I can do a video about that. But for now, let's go get doing what I said I was gonna do. So as usual, we're gonna start off by preheating our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. And then we're gonna move on to our buttermilk mixture. 1 cup of vegan milk. The milk of my choice is oat milk. You're gonna pour that into a cup. And we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and we're gonna mix that and set it to the side. So that's 1. And so I made a mistake. I did teaspoons instead of tablespoons, so I did 3 teaspoons, and it's roughly the same as 1 tablespoon based on my calculations. And so that was 3 teaspoons to equal 1 tablespoon, and then another tablespoon. So, but if you're doing it, it's 2 tablespoons alone. That's all you need. And so we're going to grab a spoon. We're gonna mix that together, and we're gonna set that to the side. Now we're going to work on our dry ingredients. So into a bowl, we're gonna add purpose flour. So this is 1 cup and this is 2 cups of unsweetened cocoa powder. So this is 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So this is 1, and let me double check that this is indeed a teaspoon. And I'm adding that in. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So this is 1 and this is 2. 1 teaspoon of salt. Oop, that's a lot. That is a lot. And do 2 cups of sugar, but before I do that, I'm going to like sieve this because it's already full and I don't think it can hold anymore. So I'm gonna just take a quick second and I'm gonna sieve this, and then I'll catch you when we're working on the sugar. To change the bowl because it was a little too small, and so now I'm gonna add my cups of sugar. So these are 2 cups of sugar, so we're doing, see if I can get into the bag. Let's see. That's roughly 1, and this is our 2nd cup. And so I'm going to do what I did with the rest of the dry ingredients, and I will mix this together and I'll come back with the next section. Thoroughly mix the dry ingredients together as best as I can. And then after I've done this, I'm gonna add my wet ingredients. Created a well, and in my recipe I have vanilla. I don't remember putting vanilla in there because it's not on the ingredients chart, but I'll put a little. So I'm gonna put half teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm gonna add this to the milk first. So to my milk I will add the vanilla extract, and I will pour that mixture into my well. And the recipe calls for 1 cup, a half cup of oil, and along with 2 tablespoons. So it's a half cup plus 2 tablespoons. So this is my half cup. And it does look like a lot, but trust me, you need this much. So that's my half cup. And this is 1 tablespoon. This is another. And so on medium speed, I will blend this together because it's much easier to use a blender. So I'm gonna hook my blender up, and yeah. And so here's where this other cup that I had sitting here comes in. I'm going to add a instant pack of decaf coffee because I don't drink caffeine, so decaf coffee will do. It really enhances the cocoa flavor. So I'm gonna add this to a cup of hot water, and this is the last thing you should work on in the mixture is the decaf. It needs to be hot. That is the key. So I trust my sense of judgment. I think this is roughly a cup, and so I'm gonna add that in, and so the liquid should be less dry. So I switched to my hand whisk, and so if you take a closer look, not a lick. I'm hungry now. If you take a closer look, it's much thicker than it was when I originally started to mix it. So just give it some time. It's recommended that you whisk it on medium for approximately 2 minutes. So I have this lovely little Dutch oven that my husband had gotten me for Valentine's Day, and I love it so much. And I baked the cake in here the first time. So I'm going to, let me grab my spoon rest. I am going to pour halfway into this pan, and I'm not sure of the size. I've already, if you can see, I've already added a little bit of oil and flour because I don't want it to get stuck. It never got stuck the first time, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm gonna pour it, halfway up into the pan, and you're gonna bake this for 35 minutes or until you put a toothpick in, you pull it out, and it is dry. And I also will be filling, I have one more of these that I had used for the blueberry muffin, and I have a larger set, so whatever remaining, I'll put it in there. So yes, we're gonna do that, pop it in an oven, and I'll show you when it's done. So I was getting a little hot, and I'm surprised because I'm still in the same outfit, which means I'm still in the same day, so I'm getting so much done. The cake is still in the oven, so while that's happening, I'm gonna work on my, you know what I mean. Yes. And so to do that, based on the tutorial or based on the video that I saw, is that she cuts the ribbon about 10 centimeters, and she like overlaps them, and she uses a glue gun, which I have right here, and she basically glues it down and then interlocks one after the other. I think what I love about this one, at first I was a little upset because it had a bit of wiring, but the wiring is great because it creates stability. So while I watch a Stephanie sew, I will work on this. So I'll let you see how it turns out. Hello, good morning. I'm talking a little quieter today because I just remembered that Kev's working from home, and so he hasn't woken up as yet, and I don't want to disturb him. Last night, what did I do last night? The cake was finished. I wrapped it up. I put it in the fridge. Today, I'm going to make a simple syrup because when you put it in the fridge, it tends to dry out. And so to give it a little bit more moisture, I will create a simple syrup. And on the day of assembly, which is tomorrow, I will apply it and then do the icing. What else? Last night I was working on the lettering. So I have it here, what I got so far, so you can have an idea. So I'm gonna work on those, and then I also have to sew, but my usual spot I have to change it, so I'll be probably sewing on the dining table. I did letter B, and I had to totally shift the angle because every time I try to film something, my light dies, and it's very dark in here because it's early in the morning. So what I was saying before is that I cut out some of the letters. I'm almost finished. I did, for reference, I did the letter B, and I kind of did like a blanket stitch. It's not very perfect, but I like the homemade look to it. And I have another one. I have the eye. Oh, there we go. And I don't know if I thought about it last night, and I'm like, why did I choose to do felt that was like detachable? I don't know if you grew up going into church in the early 2000s, but they used to have like these story calendars where you could paste like the felt characters on top of the images, and it kind of like reminded me of that, and I thought it was really cute. But before I get into trying to finish these stitches, I will have to, I'm gonna make some breakfast. So I'm gonna make a banana smoothie. So update, it is 6:05 in the afternoon. Yes, I started this at 7, 8 this morning, and I'm still not done. However, I am finished doing the cutting out of the letters and the blanket stitching. I had to run a few errands, and good thing is a couple nights ago I had started working on the banner. So I had created a template and I cut out each panel for the letters, so they should, so for reference, it should look something like this with like a letter attached. And so you are supposed to be able to remove the letter and switch it around the way you feel like. So the patterns that I have is this from a leftover project that I had worked on. Well, they're all from leftover projects. So this is from a tablecloth, and I think this was from the apron that I had. And then I have from one of my first videos, the jeans dress that I made. This is the fabric that's left over, and let me see if I have any other one. Oh, and this is from a skirt I made, and this is leftovers from a shirt that I tried to repurpose. So these are all the colors for each panel. I'm not going to sit here and let you watch me sew because that's going to take forever. However, I will come back either in the end, or I'll show you the final look when I hang everything up. I think that's pretty much it. So I will see you tomorrow. So it is the morning of last night. I spent most of the time working on the banner, which I had to scrap the Velcro idea completely because it would have required me to have another backing so that I could stitch one end of the Velcro to that backing and stitch it to the actual letter itself so that it wouldn't be exposed at the front. And yeah, I was not gonna cut out any more letters because I'm tired and I have other things to do. So I scrapped the idea of the Velcro. I'm stitching the letters down with it's not the best color, and I refuse to go back and forth with the brown and a green. And the green that I have is too bright, so I think the brown works better. So I just stitch along the edges and I paste the other fabric on top of it, sew it, and pull it inside out. So I just have the word birthday left to work on, and then I'm gonna stitch it on this the bias tape as my string, and that will be that for the banner. So I'm gonna work on that right now, and hopefully I'm finished within an hour. Fingers crossed, because even working on the letters yesterday, it took me forever. So let's hope that this just takes me an hour. So I have finished working on the garlands, and they turned out pretty cute and pretty sturdy. I'm thinking of starting decorating now because I don't know how long it's gonna take me, and it's a good time in the day. Also, I brought out the cake to come to room temperature. I made some simple syrup that I will be adding to it before I try to put icing on it, or ice it, whichever word. And I fortunately finished the banners. So this is one, and the other two are out of frame, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it on this wall or put it to the side, or whichever direction. So I'm gonna try to tweak it and see how that works. I also realized I don't have thumbtacks. I don't have thumbtacks, and I don't know if I can use the tape that I have to stick things on the wall. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna clear the table, and yeah, let's take it from there.